Hello, fifth grade. We are going to be doing the mid-chapter checkpoint for chapter 9. I had already started recording and then I realized I didn't record the button when I started doing it. So, pardon, two of them are already done. So, the blank line in the horizontal number line on a coordinate grid is the x-axis. So, the horizontal line, this is the horizontal line, right? This is the x is horizontal, y is vertical. A blank is a graph that uses line segments to show data changes over time. So that's a line graph because a line plot, this is a line plot graph. All right, so what we're going to work on, we will need a little bit of graph paper to complete this. Make sure your graph paper has the correct heading on it. All right, so how many kittens weigh at least 3/8 of a pound? So here's 3/8 of a pound. At least means less, 3/8 or less. So that would include the quarter pound kittens. Quarter pounds like a burger. Quarter pound kitties. So altogether we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 kittens that weigh at least 3/8 of a pound. What is the combined weight of all the kittens? So the combined weight of the kittens is the sum of all these values, right? So we have 3 kittens that are a quarter pound. We have 4 kittens that are 3/8 of a pound. We have 3 kittens that are half a pound, and we have 2 kittens that are 5/8 of a pound. So on our graph paper, we are going to solve for these amounts and find the sum. So I have my graph paper. Make sure you put a heading on your paper. This is workbook page 405. All right, and this is number 4. All right, so we have 1/4 times 3. We have 3/8 times 4. We have a half times 3. And we have 5/8 times 2. So let's go through and we are going to find the products for all these and then add them up. And that's going to be our combined weight for each one. So 1/4 times 3/1 multiply across is 3/4. 3/8 times 4/1. I could cross cancel. My GCF is 4. So that 4 becomes a 1, 8 becomes a 2, and I get 3/2 when I multiply across, which equals 1 1/2. 1/2 times 3 is again 3/2, which equals 1 1/2. 2 goes into 3 one time. 3 minus 2 is 1. 5/8 times 2/1. I could cross cancel. The 2, my GCF is 2. 2 becomes 1. 8 becomes 4. When you multiply across, I get 5/4, which equals 1 1/4. Now we're going to add up all of our sums, all of our products together. So I have 3/4, and I'm actually going to do the associative property. So I have 3/4 plus 1 1/4. And this is a little commutative property, right? I'm going to group these together, add them up, and then I'm going to add up my 1 1/2 plus my other 1 1/2, right? Combining my like denominators together. So 3/4 plus a 4th equals 1 whole. So this is 1 whole plus 1 equals 2. A half plus a half is 1. 1 plus 1 is 1. Or I'm sorry, is 2. 1 whole plus 1 whole is 2. And then a half is 1 whole. So this equals 3. So altogether, this equals 5. So the combined weight of all the kittens is 5 pounds. Move my graph paper out of the way. So the combined weight of all the kittens is 5 pounds, right? We have to make sure we keep the unit of measure. Now we're going to find the average. So the average is the sum, the sum divided by the total number of items. So my sum is 5 pounds. I'm going to divide that by my total, right? So 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 2 more is 12. So 5 divided by 12. Well, remember from last chapter, any division problem can be written as a fraction. So this is 5/12. And I can't reduce it because 5 is a prime number and doesn't share, 12 isn't one of its products. And 5 isn't a factor of 12. All right. Next, graphing, the fun stuff. We love graphing. All right. So remember, an ordered pair is your x coordinate, then your y coordinate. So A from the origin is over 1 and up 6. So the x is 1, the y is 6. B from the origin is to the right 2 and up 2. Up 2. 2, 2. C is from the origin to the right 4 and then up 4. 4, 4. D has nothing on the origin. It doesn't go anywhere to the right. So its x is 0, but it is up 3. So the y is 3. So it's 0, 3. Now on this same graph, we're going to label these points. 6, 2 is E. So from the origin, I go over 6. I go up 2. That's E. F, I go over 5. There's nothing on the y. So it stays on the x-axis, right? Because y is 0. G is 3, 4. I go over 3 from the origin. I go up 4, and that is G. H is 3, 1. I go over 3. I go up 1, and that is H. Great. You label your points. To the back. Jane drew a point that was 1 unit to the right to the right of the y-axis and 7 units above the x-axis. What is the ordered pair? So we need to write an ordered pair. So from the origin, she went to the right 1 unit, and then she went up 7. So her ordered pair is 1, 7. All right, this graph shows the amount of snowfall in a 6-hour period. So we have 6 hours, and we have the amount of snow in inches. Now, if I look at this grid, I could tell that the scale is 0 to 12, but my intervals are counting by 2, right? Every 2 inches, whatnot. So that kind of helps me figure out where these numbers are. Between which hours did the least amount of snow fall? So the diagonal lines tell me that that's a lot of snow, right? So we have 1 hour, that's almost 3 inches of snow. The second hour, we had 6 inches of snow. 6 inches of snow, 6 inches of snow. It's stagnant, right? It's called plateauing. It just stays. That means there was no snowfall. So between the hours of 2 and 4. All right, next graph. Joy recorded the distances she walked each day for 5 days. How far did she walk in 5 days? All right, so in 3 of the days, she walked a third of a mile, and then 1 day was a half, and 1 day was 2/3 of a mile. So we're going to find the sum. So we're going to use our graph paper so we can, we're going to use our graph paper to show our work for this problem. Number 16, always label our problems. So we have 1/3 times 3. And that's actually quite easy because that becomes 3 over 1, which is just 3 over 3, which equals 1 whole. So really, the sum is 1 whole plus a half plus 2/3. So we have unlike denominators. We need to get to a common denominator. Chapter 6, you're not done with it. The LCD for 2 and 3 is 6. All right, so I'm going to relabel my problem to equivalent fractions. I multiply 1/2 by 3 over 3. That's a 3, by the way. You can't see that little smudge. So that becomes 3/6, right? Half, 3/6 is a half. Plus, I'm going to multiply this one by 2. That becomes 4/6. When I add that all up together, I get 1 and 7/6. 7/6 is an improper fraction. So this equals 1 plus, right? I keep my whole number. 6 goes into 7 one time. 7 minus 6 is 1. So 1 and 1/6. So altogether, this is 2 and 1/6. So the total miles, oops, I'm sorry, can't see that. The total miles walked in 5 days is 2 and 1/6 miles. So on my paper, I'm going to write 2 and 1/6 miles. All right. And then you'll be able to do use your workbook page, please, for Think Central. Some of the problems, most of the problems are exactly the same. All right. Good luck, 5th grade. If you have any questions, even let your teacher know. And we will see you next time.